my honest opinion and thoughts on the latest DLC character in Guilty Gear Strive, Testament. Before we get into this talk, I want to hit y'all with a little disclaimer. I am not a tournament level player, or I don't even consider myself a high level player. I play this game kind of casual, but Testament makes me want to get into that kind of skill level, high level and probably tournament, because I enjoy playing the character that much. Treat this video like we're homies on the couch talking about the state of the game and where Testament fits into this game, right? So grab your drinks, grab your food, and vibe out while I talk about Testament. Okay, Testament. Testament, in my honest opinion, is a very solid character, but a solid character with a little bit, just a little bit of a glaring problem and weakness. And not, I won't even argue a weakness, just stuff that if you know the matchup can kind of blow you up. Like players that know Testament's matchup can kind of kill you off of. But in my opinion, I feel like that can be said with any other matchups in this game. So you know, it's not really arguably a weakness. But Testament, in my honest opinion, is a strong character. But what does Testament do? Testament is primarily a mid-range fighter. Your goal while playing this character is to keep the mid-range. Let me put the opponent on our guard so you don't see counter hit all the damn time. Testament's primary function is to stay at this space, abuse your projectile, and put your opponent in something called stain state. What is stain state, you might ask? Stain is like a mini RC. You poke on block, is plus on block. On hit, you can have any sort of follow-up you want. So if I 5P, I get a combo. Close slash, I get a combo. 6H or 5H, get a combo, right? I can converge on all my normals, which in my opinion, I consider is extremely strong and very good, right? But, and I have to say this before I get into Testament any deeper, the way Guilty Gear Strive is set up, and let me just say this in general for all the recent DLC characters, the way Guilty Gear Strive is set up as a fighting game, the game rewards you a high damage. Everybody that plays this game on even a high level or a casual level, whatever sort of level you at, knows this. You get blown up for doing probably minimal ass mistakes sometimes, which to me I think is kind of OD. And Arxis, if you're watching this video, please tone that shit down. I shouldn't be dying off of just whiffing a grab or some shit, right? Now, that being said, a lot of players will consider Testament to be low tier and underwhelming is because the reward that he gets doesn't match up with the reward that the higher tier characters get. So for example, and this is a good thing I have Soul Bad Guy as a training dummy. Soul Bad Guy can kill you relatively easy for having a simple game plan, right? Is my opponent on all guard? Let me see. No, he's not. Well, I'm on all guard. Soul Bad Guy can basically force situations where it's like, you staggering, or you're mashing. I'ma stagger you. And you see the red thing above or under the burst, the risk gauge. Once the risk gauge gets full, I get a full counter hit off of certain normals, right? And to me, I think that's kind of bad because now you can't even really be defensive, because if you get hit once, you're gonna die for it. And Soul Bad Guy and most of the top tier characters in this game can run their offense through the mud and still consistently keep you guessing. So when you look at a character like Testament, you gotta wonder, like, yo, is this character even like worth playing sometimes? Because if I have to get stain state in order to get the same amount of reward, it's kind of fraudulent at the end of the day. Well, I'm not saying it is, but some players might think that. And you gotta think to yourself, why play Testament when I can play Ramathel? Why play Testament when I can play Axel? Why play Testament when I can play Kai? And Kai and Testament kind of do the same thing in a sense. Like, they keep this space, they try to read the neutral, try to read your opponent, put you in kind of like situations. Kai can put you probably in situations more consistent than Testament can with his strike though once he's in the corner. But yeah, why play Testament when these characters that can do a way better job than what Testament does and get higher reward without having that specific condition placed on your opponent, right? And my answer to that is that Testament, I don't think is low tier. I don't think it's bad. I think the character is very solid. And I think the character brings you an interesting dynamic of how this game is going to be played later on, if that makes sense. Because Testament is solid when the player is solid. I feel that, and this is my opinion, I feel that players strive away from Testament because the character doesn't have a quote-unquote gorilla mode. You don't just wild out with Soul's close slash and get hella damage. Testament, you have to play very slow and methodical. You have to really analyze your opponent and see what he or she, whoever's playing maybe specifically that day, like is doing. So if I apply stay on Soul Bad Guy, I don't know if my opponent is going to jump or not. I got to be able to read those certain situations. Even when I know I'm plus, I don't feel like I have the advantage because there's a lot of shit players and overall certain characters can do to say, yo, fuck you, I'm gonna still run my game plan. So you as a Testament main and overall as a good player have to realize that, okay, I gotta be able to condition my opponent to where he has to sit down, so then I can utilize my offense and then mix them up, right? And this is not just a Testament thing, this is whatever character you play. But me playing Testament made me realize that. And players that say that Testament is kind of weak, I have to disagree with, because at the end of the day, Testament is just make you play a more slower game than the rest of the cast. And you know, arguably people would say that's slow, underwhelming, because that's how the state of the game is. Why would I play this character where other characters can do this man's job better and have an easier time with higher reward? But you gotta think of it from this perspective too. Testament has an interesting game plan because of the curse, and the curse has a lot of good advantages on it. Like the fact that you can get follow-up combos without even wasting meter, I think is a good thing too. And you have to understand, if you have curse with meters, I feel like that's just ridiculous damage on its own. Testament has good control, good normals, even though again the recovery is kind of slow. I feel Testament is still a solid character that a lot of players need to utilize, because even though the character doesn't have unga bunga shit, I still feel the Testament is strong. And since you can charge, make it more plus and stuff like that, it's an interesting thing to talk about. If I'm leaving tips for Testament players, tip number one will probably be, don't always consider yourself, never consider yourself when you're at an advantage with this character. I think that's the biggest thing I have to tell Testament players, even though I'm not, like, again, a high level player. But if that's advice I'm gonna give y'all, like, always try to read and analyze your opponent. Never assume your opponent's gonna respect the shit you do, especially against this character. Because if you don't tell your opponent, like, yeah, I can react to your jumps, yeah, I can punish the stupid options that you're about to do, your opponent's going 9 out of 10. I'm gonna wall on you, I'm gonna wall on you, I'm gonna wall on you. As a Testament player, you gotta really convey to your opponent that, yo, I can punish your shit and I can react to a lot of the stupid shit you're probably gonna do, and I have options for that. And not just as a Testament player, as a fighting game player in general. But with Testament, again, and with the way this game is set up, if you do a wrong move, you are gonna see this 99% of the time. 99% of the time. Counter hit, counter. You're gonna see this over and over and over again. You gotta understand, you gotta play slowly. And another tip I can leave y'all with Testament is that don't do 236H in neutral. Do not do 236H in neutral. And I'm gonna explain my reasons why. Basically speaking, you're not gonna throw this move and throw it up with the crow, because players are not gonna usually be up there. And if they are up there, you're extremely out of range for that. So my suggestion to this, or my solution to issue players might have, is don't do 236H, do JS instead. Because if you do JS, even if you whip it, you can backdash it, and realistically, look at the crow. It kind of covers that same area anyway. JS, I can whiff it, come back, cover my horizontal range. And if you have Kai, let's say for example, right? Nah, not that. Let me change the character real quick. Right? If you're fighting against Kai, my Testament means, if you're fighting against Kai and all he does is stun Dipper, if you're confused whether he's gonna do that, for this is a good option because you can beat it. Let me see something. Where is slot 1? Right? Let me record this. Right? Let me just stun Dipper again. Okay, cool. You see? You get a punish off of that. So the fact this is a... Let me go back. Oh, no, I messed up. Let me do it one more time. There we go. One more time. Oh, no. You see, like, it depends how you space it. Like, it's a good option because now you're covering 2 areas. This is another, like, good option against certain matchups. Like, if you know Kai's gonna do stun Dipper and you're at this specific range, you're covering 2 options. And if you know, you can punish it. But only do this if you don't really have RC. Like, you really gotta call out E, and, like, you know, certain things like that. So my second advice, don't use this in neutral, use JS instead, because now you can backdash for your thing, backdash, cover options, basically. My third tip is to play very slow. Testament means you do not need to force yourself or put yourself in fucked up situation just because your opponent has stain. Your opponent's gonna realize this and try to combat you or contest you with any normals you might do. And mind you, your recovery is dog shit, literally. So if you do certain normals like this, you're going to get killed, and now your stain state is null and void. Apply stain state and see what your opponent's gonna do. Okay, you're gonna do this. Stain. All right, now I got the succubus out. Now we're playing a mind game. I'm not gonna rush at you. I'm gonna see how you gonna react. If Kai wanted to throw a projectile, all right, boom, punish. If Kai wanted to stun Dipper, whatever, all right. Oh, hold on, let me do it one more time. All right, boom. If Kai wanted to stun Dipper, boom, right? I'm covering options. If he has RC, you know, you can get a little bit in deep with that. Just, those are my 3 tips. Don't use 236H. Always do JS instead. Was my second. Like with stain, don't rush in and try to get yourself killed. And the third, just like, even though I forgot what my third tip was, just slow down. Don't try to force situations. Let situations happen. That's the best thing that can happen with Testament, because Testament can cover space really well. Do not try to force anything. Be slow, methodical, and see what your opponent wants to do. Again, your Crow, JS, and even IDM back 236H aerial or J, it covers you really well. Do not try to 6H. Just see what your opponent's gonna do. If your opponent does projectiles and shit, you can punish it too if you react to it. You gotta think on keeping this space in this area. Right here is your best friend, and this space right here is your best friend. But that being said, and if you stuck with me to the end of this video, much love to you. I hope your family is healthy and all your loved ones in the world. But I forgot to mention through the video that I have a Twitch. Link will be in the description below if you want to see me grind some Testament on Guity Gear Strive. But that being said, I hope everyone has an amazing day and stay tuned to the next one. Y'all stay safe.